gradually dissipating. W.H. What? Cheng Zhan frantically held her. Mu Rongqi continued. I don't know what happened, but a mysterious force is invading her life force. That power is extremely domineering. And with my cultivation, I can't completely eradicate it. If I transfer spiritual energy to suppress it, Xinyang might be able to live a little longer, but it's hard to say what will happen after that. Chengyan, Before she could do anything, her arm cracked open. She tried to say a few words, seemingly remembering something. Shan'er. Chengyan, did we ever meet in the past? Back then, my name was still Shan Care. Just as things were getting emotional, a light suddenly emitted from the Buddha's wrath lotus, instantly creating an earth-shattering explosion in the sky. Changjian and the others could only look up at the sky to see what at Shan Er's camp. Reports flood in. The rebel headquarters was wiped out overnight. 150,000 elite troops reduced to less than 300. The survivors, when found, were raving mad. They all spoke of a terrifying Grand Cultivator's intervention, mirroring yesterday's apocalyptic pressure. General! The soldier was utterly shocked to find only a suit of armor inside. 1,000 miles away, Mu Rongqi's voice echoes. Master, at our cultivation level, taking Xinyang and going all out, it'll still take a year or two to reach Jade Clarity Holy Sect. Chang'an interjects. Son, check if there's a large town with a teleportation array nearby. A few jumps should get us there in time. Mu Rongqi retorts. But teleportation has spatial turbulence. Xinyang won't be able to handle it. Should we use divine art to summon Shizu? Chang'an replies, no good. The technique gets disrupted before it can form, caused by the strange energy within Xinyang's body. Shan weakly says, Cheng'an, I'm sorry for making you suffer all these years. Cheng'an quickly stops her. It's all right, don't mention it. Seriously. We've been over this 800 times already. Shan can't blame him. He's never truly let her go. Right now, healing her comes first. Before reaching Bitter Cultivation Immortal Mountain, let's temporarily suppress it with spirit energy. Maybe my master will have a solution. Mu Rongqi shouts from outside. Xinyang, Shizu, I am a true immortal. My divine powers are vast. Shan says, it won't last long. I feel like I only have a few days left, and immediately warns. Don't say such things, Shan Shan whispers to him. Chang'an, can you promise me not to look for me in the next life? He asks in surprise. Huh? Why? Have I done something wrong? She answers, no, you've been very good. Suddenly, Mu Rongqi speaks up again. Master, there's a fork in the road ahead, with a place called Jia Ra Gao. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that where you once left the world? Chang'an replies, no, Jia Ra Gao sounds familiar. I think I've heard it somewhere before. At this moment, Shan Er's eyes begin to sadden. Perhaps she's realized she doesn't have much time left. Chang'an then says, that's my maternal home, actually. Shan gently responds, let's go. One last visit home. Jia Ra Gao, Chang'an's voice echoes. Shan it seems this isn't the place where you were born. Shan replies, since the beginning of my memories, all reincarnations originate from here. Hearing this, Chang'an is surprised. Really? After so many lifetimes, the old traces are probably gone. It looks like it's getting dark. Should we find a place to rest first? She replies. It's okay. I'm fine just sitting here and looking around. About the past. I'm truly sorry. I've hurt your pride so many times. He immediately says, it's all right. Let's leave the past in the past. But in this life, Shan especially in terms of her soul, is the most wonderful person I've ever met. No one can compare. I'll never forget those years we spent together. Shan then says, have we been together for decades? Why do I feel like centuries have passed? Chang'an continues, really? Looks like my mind's getting old and confused. Could it be since that comet appeared? If we calculate from that day, it's probably close. Yeah, right? Our first official encounter was when the foreign tribes invaded the pass. My old home was massacred for 5 days and 5 nights. My father, Nan Garrison General, defended the pass to his last breath. My family of over a dozen people were scattered, fleeing through the streets, even burying ourselves in piles of corpses to play dead and fool the barbarian soldiers. Until I met you guys at that mass burial pit, a mysterious cultivator and his disciple, the two of them calling themselves Golden Core Realm Cultivators, walked through the chaos of war as if it were nothing, rescuing my entire family from this mortal purgatory. The word, fate, is truly unpredictable. You guys secretly helped me many times before, and now you've saved my life. Even if I repay you with my life, it wouldn't be enough. Even my maternal grandmother, who never believed in gods or Buddhas, said before she passed that I had met my destined benefactors. To survive in this chaotic world and avenge my father's blood debt, you guys didn't hesitate to teach me cultivation manuals and divine techniques. Thanks to the inheritance from my father, my foundation from childhood training, and your guidance, my combat realm progressed rapidly. Few could match me among the Foundation establishment realm. Later, the Emperor bestowed both grace and honor, posthumously granting my mother the title of Lady of the Mandate, and I inherited my father's position as Nan Garrison General, becoming a new generation general, loyal to the country. After many battles, reclaiming lost territory, and achieving remarkable feats, 18 years later, I finally eradicated the root of the enemy tribe, and the national debt of my family was finally repaid. Because of the responsibility on my shoulders, I was often away from you guys, but I understood that you never left, always secretly protecting me in a hidden corner, unknown to anyone. I don't know what virtue or ability I have that you guys favored and had such expectations of me. Now, I understand everything. Chang'an and even Chi, thank you for taking care of me all these years. Chang'an smiles and replies, Silly girl, why are you being so polite with me? She continues, Chang'an, if possible, I have one more request. Thinking about your high and mighty demeanor now, and how you used to be a crybaby, I really can't help but laugh. Chang'an is flustered and embarrassed. Don't tell me she still remembers all those embarrassing things? Instead of begging, I'm afraid you'll have a hard time doing it, so I'll switch to another way. Although I've retired, I'll use my identity as a general to issue you an order for the first time. When I'm not around, you absolutely cannot cry. This is a military order as heavy as a mountain. A grand cultivator like you should be able to do it, right? Chang'an immediately winces and says uncomfortably, All right, stop it. Stop saying such ominous things. Don't mention that matter anymore. Shan-er, what are your plans for the future? She replies, Me? Let's see. Now that the chaos has been quelled, the whole world is rejoicing, and the capital definitely can't be without a fireworks display. He exclaims happily, That's a great idea. When that time comes, we'll watch fireworks and enjoy a celebratory gabatai meal together. Gabatai, gabatai. All you ever think about is eating gabatai. But gabatai is really delicious, and it's cheap too. Last time we finally got together for a meal, I made so many delicious dishes, but you told me to eat that. All right, calm down. Next time, I'll treat you to a really fancy meal, okay? Shan N.H. I scoffed, then Chang'an continued. Shan N.H.I. She responded with a simple, Remember the last life when I chased you for 20 years? You loved mochi back then, she replied. Coincidence? I love it this life too, he added. Especially the taro filling mixed with salty dried radish. So rich. She weakly whispered. Yes, exactly. It's amazing. Chang'an continued. Yeah, every day I bought you snacks, rain or shine, just to see you once. Her silence worried Chang'an. What's wrong, Shan N.H.I.? She replied. Nothing, just reflecting. You didn't know how good you had it, he said. It's okay, we're just as happy now. She stayed silent, and he continued. Remember the life you joined a sect and fell for a guy? Even though it hurt, I secretly blessed you and protected you from the shadows, because my love was true, she asked. Wasn't that the Shixiong who threatened him and got offed by Akshi? He replied, Yeah, that's him. Chi-er didn't mean to, just tapped him lightly and he fainted. I didn't dare tell you, she replied. So what? Chi did the right thing, that guy was trash, had a history of domestic violence, deserved to die. He quickly asked, He dared lay a hand on you? She replied, Luckily, only a few times. Hearing this, Chang'an was outraged. Chi-er was too soft, should have hit him harder. Shan Nh, I said. It's over. Any pain won't carry over to the next life. Let the past rest in the past. Chang'an replied, You're right. And so, they both fell silent again. Suddenly, she asked, You said, Will we meet again in the next life? He replied, Through all the trials and tribulations, I will always find you and get to know you again, this life or the next. It'll be the same. She spoke up. Chang'an, remember what I said today? Said what? She replied. Please don't look for me in the next life. Shan Nhi, are you okay? Or just tired? I'm fine. Lying down feels better. Chang'an, remember the day we first made plans? It wasn't this life. Right, it was Yuan Dan, right? I got crushed on line 3. So I didn't meet you. Do you know what I wished for? He curiously hummed. Just to love someone. A smooth and open path to cultivation. Free from inner demons. From now on, 5 years of worry-free harmony, no attachments, a free heart, able to avoid disaster even as the world changes, and ascend to immortality to attain the great Dabo. He fell silent. She continued, When I was a mortal, the master taught me that 1 lifetime of love is fate, 3 lifetimes together are obsession, and 100 lifetimes of entanglement are tribulation. Chang'an, you've wasted too much time on me. He quickly said, No, She continued, Let go. Only by letting go can you move on. Only then can you truly grow. The comet continued to streak past them. The She Lianwei comet shined so brightly, a witness to their love. Meeting once every 1,008 years, the comet's nucleus formed from the skull of the Shengji Xianji Yu, a huge and unparalleled volume, its surface constantly emitting stardust and immortal energy. Its luminous tail formed from evaporated gas, stretching hundreds of millions of miles, only one end visible. Shan Nh. I looked at the star and thought, not the second time, but the third Si Wu. My father said you and I were born on the same day. Our names are also homophones of Shi Lianwei. Are you here to pick me up? That comet traversed through thousands of worlds. Cultivators who disregard time use it to record the changes in the flow of time. Chang'an looked up at the sky and said, Hey, finally know how long we've been together. Exactly 108 years, he said as he smiled at her. But the next moment his expression changed, unwilling to believe she was just sleeping. That's right, she's just too sleepy. He looked up at the sky and took a deep breath. Then his whole body trembled, his eyes fixed, trying not to cry, because he promised her he wouldn't cry. Xie Lianwei symbolizes infinity. Xun Huang also represents eternity, eternal love, coming in life, going in death. Though the person is gone, the love Chang'an has for Shan Nhi is forever eternal. Shan Nhi, I'm sorry, I can't do it. And so, this chapter has ended, closing the love story of Chang'an and Shan Nhi. Mu Rongqi's backstory. He and his fake Jindan realm master, along with Xinyang, practiced flying swords. They were moving so slow that they were literally brainstorming dinner ideas to kill time. But now, Shanher is gone. They built a grave and buried her. Stood there for 49 days straight. Mu Rongqi speaks up. Master, the 749 days is almost up. Yeah, he replies somberly to Chang'an. Master, this tribulation is over. You owe Xinyang nothing. She smiled in her sleep, free of worries. Look on the bright side. What she owed you in a past life is repaid. Changjian then says, if I could trade my cultivation and Sarira for her life, I'd gladly give it all up just to grow old with her, Mu Rongqi retorts. But you don't even have hair to turn white. Shut your trap. As soon as he says that, Changjian's cultivation explodes, breaking through to the first level of the Duji realm. Flashback to 50 days ago, when Shenhe just breathed her last. Changjian is crushed, unable to say a word, only blaming fate in his heart. He's trembling, unable to stop the tears, when suddenly a hand touches his head. That hand is gently soothing his pain. She speaks. It's me, your Shanfir. Changjian flinches and cries out in shock. Your soul? She replies. No, it's my true self that has been with you since the first life. Changjian sobs as he cries out her name. The mark on his head shines brightly. She also calls his name Changjian. It's time for an ending. Forget about me. Only by completely severing your emotions can you escape the suffering of reincarnation. Changjian quickly asks, what do you mean, the suffering of reincarnation? Everything seems to have a will in the underworld. Only when the memories return do you realize things aren't right. And I, in the end, am just a product of your tribulation. You and I have been together for 39 lives. Changjian, you must live well in this life. I won't be by your side anymore. I've chosen to sever the path of reincarnation, forever bidding farewell to this world. He cries and screams loudly. No, no, please don't go. I can't live without you. As she fades away, she says, forgetting doesn't mean denying existence. Being remembered by you is already a blessing for me. The path to immortality is long and arduous. You must overcome this tribulation. Changjian, look ahead. Shangair slowly transforms into a flower blooming in mid-air, so radiant that its light seems to illuminate Changjian's entire life. She doesn't disappear. She fully merges into him, and from now on will follow him forever. The mark on Changjian's forehead gradually darkens. Immediately afterward, a terrifying force surges from deep within, violently crashing, wanting to break all shackles. In just a moment, it crushes the seal barrier, tearing apart the shackles that locked his cultivation. Boom! A terrifying aura explodes. The seal completely disappears as if it never existed. Changjian's cultivation immediately ascends, breaking through level after level without hesitation. From the ground, a beam of light shoots straight into the sky, creating a magnificent phenomenon that shakes the space. On the other side, Mu Rongqi, who is lying down waiting, startles awake. His face changes. His heart skips a beat when he senses that familiar aura. Can't even believe it? That's Master's aura, Tribulation Realm aura, no cap. So the Shenir flower just follows Changshan to White Dragon River. And Mu Rongqi asks our boy, Master, what's the plan next? He turns his back and drops 2 words. Going home. Mu Rongqi is shook, gives him a WTF look. Master's vibes are changing, radiating Buddha energy, FR. He's rubbing his eyes like, did I just see that right? Then screams and chases after Changjian. Master, wait for me! Changjian's radiating so much spirit energy, you could cultivate on it. Time flies. And a year later, Zhu Mingyu blurts out, damn, Zhao Hao got that newbie protection buff for real. LOL, Long Hao's grinning like a Cheshire cat with more loot. Fang Liang chimes in. With Zhao Hao around, all the fish near Holy Sect are straight up terrified. We gotta chill a bit. Dumpling Head throws in. The sect's fishing association is already protesting. G Family replies, who cares about them? We aren't bound by the sect rules. We're not even disciples. Zhu Ji, among everyone, only Mu Rongqi and Fang Yang hold positions in Jade Pure Holy Sect. The rest just follow Hanju. Tu Ling Breyer asks, speaking of which, what should we call our faction? We're not exactly Jade Pure Holy Sect disciples. Fang Liang agrees. True, our branch is getting big. We could totally go independent. G Family, dressed in drag doing the chicken dance, says, how about we call it the Kun Sect? The whole crew immediately shuts that down. Dumpling Head warns, get out of here. Are you even ashamed? We still gotta uphold some honor. What's that light? So blinding. Fang Liang yells. Is that the light of fireflies overpowering the glory of Kun sect? It's Master and Senior Apprentice Brother, you guys are back. Ji family asks curiously. Changjian, why are you glowing like a light bulb? Did Shinir ditch you? Fang Liang quickly asks. Senior Apprentice Brother, what's wrong with Master? Weren't you guys looking for our Senior Apprentice sister? Any luck? Murong answers. Yeah, it's complicated. I'll explain later. A moment later, inside Han Ju's cave abode, he frowns and asks Changjian, It's been 2 epochs since we last met. How's it been? Chen Kaiyan lowers his head sadly. Master, this disciple is suffering. From then on, Xun Chengjian starts pouring his heart out to Han Ju, recounting years of experience for hours, and Han Ju patiently listens. System notification. Detected ancient spirit ginseng awakening. You have the following choices. First, prevent Xun Chengjian's awakening, letting him continue to wallow in love tribulation and obtain a supreme treasure. Second, help Xun Chengjian awaken, escape the love tribulation, and attract the attention of Buddhism and obtain a supreme treasure. Master, I really don't want to love anymore. I promised her I wouldn't linger. I truly don't want to, but why is there a demon in my heart, always showing me her smiles and eyes? I've entered the tribulation realm. Why am I still more obsessed than a mortal? Sometimes I even doubt if I even loved her, but the unforgettable pain is real and can't be erased. Master, do you think this is a curse? He thinks angrily. Buddhism is going too far with this. If I choose to stop Xun Chengjian, I'll have less trouble, but Xun Chengjian will suffer forever. Subduing Dragon Buddha isn't my opponent. Even if Buddhism has more powerful Buddhas, I have the heavenly court behind me, and the heavenly court and Buddhism have been enemies for a long time. Some things can be tolerated, some things can't. After thinking it over, Han Ju tells him, Actually, this isn't your fault. You haven't been able to let go all these years because you've been hit by a love tribulation. Changjian cuts through the tears, surprised. What? Han Ju says again, Changchuan, you'll have to endure a bit next. Somewhere in the immortal world, a quiet and pure Buddhist space with no noise. Suddenly, subduing Dragon Buddha is startled. He's felt the looming tribulation on Changchuan wavering. Over here, Han Ju screams with all his might. A master like me is usually very protective of his disciples. Buddhism, y'all can go eat SHT. Immortal energy surges, purifying everything. Fight, fight, fight. And so, to protect his disciple, Han Ju decides to declare war on Buddhism. And Yunshu is ready to add YouTube's review, Peak Fiction After Millions of Years. This absolute unit is the Hongmeng First Saint, a supreme being for all time, the strongest divine punishment. His name is Huang, full name Han Huang. So many titles all piled on this guy. His legendary battles across the cosmos, eternally etched in history, he's merged with Hongmeng, Shitian, Transcendence, and Wuxi, the 4 supreme rules of the 4 directions great Dajiro world. His strength has reached unprecedented levels. At this point, returning home in glory to pay respects to his ancestors is the least he could do. Han Ling chirps up, Trisk tisk. Second bro, you actually remember to come home for the holidays? Han Huang retorts. Fourth sis, don't tease me. This is a divine weapon forged from the 4 supreme rules, containing their power. Take it and be happy. Consider it your big bro being thoughtful. Old man. Look who's here, Huang says, gazing at the man before him. Father! The old man replies, That aura, it can't be wrong, it's Huanger, Han Ju, the perfect saint, the immeasurable great emperor, the highest level in the universe. He looks at Huang, disappointed, saying, How many years has it been since you came back? Almost 100 million, wasn't it? I thought you'd forgotten your parents. Our boy immediately bursts into tears. This unworthy son has been focused on cultivation and neglected his filial duties. Please, father, punish me. He smiles, asking, Oh, and how should I punish you? As soon as the words leave his mouth, Huang is yanked away by a terrifying force in an instant. In the blink of an eye, he's outside the universe. How is this possible? My strength is supposed to be the best for all of eternity, yet I didn't even notice being taken out here? Has Father truly become limitless? Hanju says with amusement. It's been a while since we had a little father-son sparring session. Huang laughs heartily. Father, do you know how long I've been waiting for this? Even though I dominate Hongmeng and am invincible, I know full well you're stronger. You're the peak I've been craving to surpass. Even the divine Lord of Punishment isn't my match. Shitian, Transcendence, Wuxi, none can compare to me. It's time I challenged you, not to betray you, but to pursue the ultimate strength. Hanju responds, It's New Year's Day, so try to hold back a little. Don't harm other living beings. Take it easy. As soon as he finishes speaking, the space around the universe violently shakes. In some peaceful world within Hanju's universe, all the young men of the village have gone to market. We're going to have a hard time protecting the kids this time. Even if we can't win, we have to try. Our Bilayi clan split from the Young clan long ago. Even if we've declined, we can't let the Nigian beast hurt the children. This ain't a joke. That's right. I'm just afraid that beast will cause trouble. If we light the Zongzi's spiritual fireworks, we can ward off evil. Today is New Year's Eve. May the ancestors protect us and not let evil spirits run rampant. Second uncle, aren't the Zongzi's fireworks all used up? Shut up, I know what I'm doing. Grandpa, what's that black thing? That's the Nigian beast? How can it appear in broad daylight? Grandson, run! Don't just stand there, get the fireworks. No, it's too late. The beast opens its mouth wide, preparing to swallow the Muchazi family whole. The Mutsi family can only scream in despair. Suddenly, an ear-splitting explosion appears from the sky, along with intense light, like a sun exploding. The beast flees in terror. Old man Musi says in fear, That's the divine might heavenly sage from the ancestors' writings? Grandson Musi asks, Is that the divine might heavenly sage, the creator of our Zhongyuan world? Old man Musi is overjoyed. Ha! Times are changing. Fate is unpredictable. Our Bi clan was supposed to be wiped out during the epidemic, but we were saved by the aftermath of the battle, and the evil spirits were repelled. Grandson Mutsi asks his grandfather, Grandpa, who is the opponent? Who dares to fight the great man for half a day without a clear victor? Old man Mutsi replies, I don't know either. The opponent is so strong. Maybe it's the Dark Forbidden Lord? Grandson Mutsi says, Second uncle, how about we place bets on who will win? Uncle Mutsi replies, The divine might heavenly sage has annihilated countless enemies in his life. How could he lose this time? Bet your head on it. If the heavenly sage loses, our entire clan will be wiped out. My man's nose chimed in, Bet, Tiansheng's got this dub in the bag. Then out of nowhere, 2 more noses show up. Dad, we're back! Wait, is that a battle between gods? This aura is insane. Witnessing legends duke it out, even death feels like a W. This epic showdown raged on until freaking New Year's Eve. Still going at it on New Year's Day? How long has this been? The sun's almost up. Battles between the big leagues are all about who can outlast who. Days later, they're still throwing hands. No winner in sight. Years pass, and our nose bro is still glued to the fight. A decade later, Nose-kun hits middle school. He's humming happily. School's out, and our nose says excitedly, Big bro Lou, they're still going at it up there. To fight Tiansheng to this extent, you've earned some respect. Man, if only I had a spiritual root, I could lend a hand to the godly might guy. Seriously, it's all right. As long as we live our lives and don't cause trouble for the Zhongyuan realm, we're helping the big man out. Now the village is peaceful, and the harvest is plentiful, all thanks to Tiansheng's protection. Even without spiritual roots, we can farm hard, teach our kids right, and uphold morals. If we don't have spiritual roots, we'll just pop out more kids so future generations can help out. HMPH, what's that supposed to mean? Neo, I don't like you anymore, but I still love you, you meanie. 20 years later. First bow to the godly might heavenly saint. Second bow to our ancestors. Third bow to the heavens, earth, and our destined match. 5 years later, the couple has a kid. and the aerial brawl is still ongoing. 20 years later, Nosekun's waifu shouts, "Old man, it's your turn to pick up the kid from school." "All right, loser. You're the first kid in centuries from our Nose clan to have a spiritual root. If you get into a Xian sect, remember to be compassionate, and never forget the Heavenly Saint's goal of protecting the world." "Yes, I'll definitely join the Jade Clarity Holy Sect and protect the village like the godly might Heavenly Saint." Good, good. Another 10 years pass. "Lumor, today's the day you join the sect." This, Nose Clan Farming Records, is our clan's ancestral book, said to contain the Tao of the Golden Core. Yes, it ain't no immortal sect manual, but it's the life's work of our ancestors who reached for the stars. If another talented cultivator appears in our clan, you have to pass this book on. Don't let our ancestors' ambition gather dust. Yes, Grandpa. Several decades later. How's life in the holy sect? Grandpa, the master treats me well. The sect gives me spirit pills and teaches me cultivation techniques. But I always remember your words. Be compassionate to all. Our nose bro says weakly, I heard from your 16th brother that godly might, Heavenly Saint, has the best luck and the strongest powers. He'll definitely beat the Dark Forbidden Lord. If he wins, you have to tell Grandpa. His grandson's Nose says sadly, Grandpa, I will. Grandson Nose kneels before Grandpa Nose's grave. Grandpa, Lou Kid, has joined the core holy sect. Today, after coming out of seclusion, I've brought the next generation to pay respects to our ancestors. Centuries later, grandson Nose returns and collapses before his grandpa's grave. The path of cultivation is too long. I couldn't wait any longer. And so, grandson Nose passes away. A funeral is held centuries later by some random Nose descendant. He lights incense for No's grandson. And right then and there, Han Ju's battle with his son comes to an end. Xuanzun Lu Sanming pays respects to our ancestors. Your descendant of the Nose clan has not shamed our farming spirit. I now have 17 inner sect disciples and 3 true core disciples. Today, the godly might Heavenly Saint defeated the Dark Forbidden Lord. The holy sect has announced it to the world. 3 days of celebration. Everyone's rejoicing, and it just so happens to be New Year's. His dad yells from behind, Lu San Kaming said we'd go together. You sneaky brat went ahead? Lu Sanming replies, Pay respects to the ancestors. Don't forget to tell them. Who told me to be the most filial? And Happy New Year. The father and son return after their discussion, just in time for the reunion dinner. Huang asks immortal consort Xixuan, 7th wife, where'd the Coca-Cola chicken wings go? Han Ju's 7th wife replies, You want Coca-Cola chicken wings from 6 million years ago? Han Ju sighs. Ah, has it been 6 million years already? His daughter speaks up. Dad, if you didn't interfere, we would have had hot food ages ago. Huang asks, Where's Mother? Xixuan replies, She went to play mahjong with Aunt Yu. Big bro, go hurry them up. His daughter exclaims, What time is it? I'm starving, and the food's gonna get cold. Han Ju grumbles, The New Year's Eve dinner is all main courses. Xixuan pinches his ear and asks, Got a problem with that, Han Ju? Even the strongest fears his wife? Ah, it hurts. It hurts, Xixuan complains. We were supposed to have a fish banquet, but they went fishing and still haven't come back. Jinjia says dejectedly, Master and young master have finished their business, but we still haven't gotten any fish on the table. These 2 wastes are out fishing. We'll probably get fish in a million. At this moment, Han Ju began bestowing Shun Chengjian with a huge opportunity. He laughed and said, Turns out, I'm a pretty good master. Back then, I was too weak to help you out. But now that my cultivation is complete, messing with karma is no biggie. Gonna go all out to break through this love tribulation? Above Jun Chengwan's head, the relic emitted a light, a straight-up warning signal from Buddhism. Han Ju suddenly grabbed the relic. In that instant, immortal force surged like a tsunami towards Jun Chengwan. From each fingertip, Dazzling Buddhist light and chanting poured down onto Shun Changwan in Hanju's palm. Changwan's face contorted in pain, cold sweat pouring down his forehead, his complexion deathly pale. Hanju's divine sense spread out, enveloping Shun Changyan, covering him in a faint blue light, blocking the Buddhist light, and chanting. On one side, the power of gods and Buddhas. On the other, the power of Hanju. Two forces clashed head-on. The orb on Changyan's forehead was gradually about to explode. Finally, it couldn't withstand it any longer and shattered into pieces. Dazzling light shot out of Hanju's cave, creating a shockwave. Over here, Chu Shiren, who was meditating, felt it too. He turned around, startled, wondering, why is this power so familiar? Does it share the same origins as me? The disciples were startled and rushed over. What happened at the Grandmaster's cave? Mu Rongqi shouted in panic. Grandmaster! How's my master? Hanju looked at everyone and said, he overcame the love tribulation, didn't he? Everyone was overjoyed. The system notification rang. The relic has been completely absorbed by Changyan. Hanju added, if all goes well, he'll wake up soon. But if not, it's hard to say. It all depends on fate. You chose to help Shun Changyan overcome his love tribulation and received a supreme treasure. Congratulations! You obtained an Emperor-level treasure. The Vajra 5 Elements Bracelet. Vajra 5 Elements Bracelet. An Emperor-level defensive treasure that can withstand a blow from an immortal Emperor and absorb the immortal chi of the 5 elements. Hearing this, Hanju thought to himself, Emperor-level defensive treasure? Can withstand a blow from an immortal emperor? This treasure not only blocks the power of an immortal emperor, but it also seems to be able to use the immortal chi of the 5 elements to nourish itself. It's the ultimate defensive and offensive treasure of the Emperor Path. A peerless treasure. Gotta store it carefully, don't lose it. Definitely not, because I'm too lazy to draw it. Suddenly, the immortal emperor's son ran over and said, Master, how about we call our sect the Kun sect? Hearing this, he blankly asked, Kun sect? Then he turned to look at the black-held chickens with knife-like eyes. They immediately moved aside, revealing the mastermind. Ah, but there's no need to hide. It pretended to look away, but the increasingly heavy, murderous aura made it sweat non-stop. With no other choice, it turned back and spoke in a cute voice. The master got his face rearranged by Hanju's freaking nose in a split second. Long Hao was shooketh. He's thinking, even Golden Immortals couldn't break Qi Family's defenses, but now it's getting clapped? He knows what to study now. This is ultimate god-tier technique. Then he hits up our boy, Master. When are you gonna bless me with the strongest technique? Bro whips out the beginner's guide and yells, as expected of the son of the heavenly emperor, you have ambition. Your teacher will bestow upon you the heaven and earth mysterious yellow realm-breaking sword finger. Long Hanio's hyped. Awesome. Master's the best. In the middle of the chaos, someone suddenly appears, and everyone's instantly freaked out. Who is this guy? What's going on? That outfit. It's Zhang An. Wait, possessed? Mu Rongqi and Fang Liang's jaws straight up D-Rob. Master, even Qi Family sits up and says, the ugly monk turned into a hottie? Jun Zhong'an, the wolf version, has officially arrived, even though he's not as handsome as our precious boy. Hanju smiles and says, the karma of your past life is over. From now on, live for yourself. But Zhang An doesn't look too thrilled, TBH. He suddenly kneels down and drops these words. Master, from now on, I have nothing to do with Buddhism, only reverence for you. Hanju's like, why does he have 3 forms, my guy? Author's just lazy. Drawing circles is easier. System's buzzing. Junzhang An's affection for you has increased. Current affection is 6 stars. Our hat of subduing dragons now has hatred for you. Current hatred level is 4 stars. Heaven Wrath God Buddha now has hatred for you. Current hatred level is 4.5 stars. Unclear cultivation? Hatred? Heaven Wrath God Buddha of Buddhism, master of the primordial spirit root, deduces that you helped the primordial spirit root resolve a romantic tribulation, resulting in hatred. Current hatred level is 4.5 stars. Hanju's thinking, Zhang On, you better bring honor in the future. Your master here is offending immortal emperors and Buddhist sects because of you. Meanwhile, in the heavenly court, at the immortal emperor's place, he's working and contemplating. Hao Er has been away from home for several years. I wonder how his studies are going. I should take a look myself. He walks over to the painting. Inside, the entire scene at bitter cultivation to become Immortal Mountain is revealed. Hao Er's aura has quickly entered the Earth Immortal realm. Not bad. Seems Hanju is teaching him very well. Suddenly, he notices something strange. Hao Er's nose has grown significantly. He's completely being assimilated by Hanju. Speechless, the Immortal Emperor is stunned. His guts are twisting, regretting to the point of his face turning green, feeling like he just lost. The Tiandi watched his son being assimilated by Hanju and was heartbroken. Outsiders might gossip, saying Hanju is getting it on with the Tiandi's waifu. Tai Bai on the side was speechless. Your Majesty, please take care of your dragon body. Just then, the phone rang. Tai Bai was shocked. Huh? Han Bro just picked up, and I already hear Hanju yelling, Bai Lao Ge, it's an emergency. Tai Bai asked, what's wrong? Hanju replied, do you know who Tian Nu Shen Fo is? Tai Bai responded, one of the Buddhist gods, a Xian D level existence. How do you know about him? Hearing this, Hanju was even more scared. I was just threatened by him in a dream, saying he wants to kill me. After hearing this, he said, Buddhism really can't hold back anymore. I will report this to Tiandi. You don't need to worry. Okay, got it. As he spoke, he wrote Tian Nu Shen Fo's name in the Book of Misfortune, thinking, problem solved. From now on, neither of you can dream of living in peace. At this time in the upper realm, in a certain Xiangxia sect, Golden Hall. In the middle of the hall was a huge alchemy furnace, exuding a strong fragrance of pills. A man spoke up. Not bad, not bad. To be able to endure such pain, you can barely be considered a genius. Another person spoke. Senior, are you adding ginger and bay leaves? Angelica? He said, no, these are just scraps of heaven and earth treasures, but they are great tonics for your physique. He said again, I smell star anise. The old man replied, that's because you have rhinitis. As he spoke, he gritted his teeth and panted. Okay, how much longer? The old man replied, a long time. Endure it. As long as you overcome it, you will achieve the immortal realm. The man asked again, how does the immortal realm compare to the Tianbing Tianjiang? He replied, naturally, it far surpasses the heavenly soldiers. As for the heavenly generals, the strength of each person is different. It is difficult to discuss in general. He recalled the scene of Hanju fighting against millions of heavenly soldiers alone and said, being able to surpass the heavenly soldiers is enough. I can finally catch up with Hanju. Chu Fan had no idea that Hanju had now far surpassed the heavenly generals. Suddenly the old man added something that startled Chu Fan. The vision of mortals is only so far, only knowing about heavenly soldiers and generals. But the immortal world is not just the heavenly court as the supreme. Senior, who are you after all? Why do you take a fancy to me? I'm just carrying out orders from above. This old Dakyo is just an elder in the sect, and your background is obviously not ordinary. The strange thing is, no matter how they calculate above, they can't find out your origin. This is indeed rare. If it were otherwise, you would at least be a favored child of heaven. Perhaps only you know the answer clearly. Chu Fanan said, Me? Wasn't I born into a carpenter family in my previous life? He replied. Could it be that it's not that simple? Chu Fan asked again, is your sect even more powerful than the heavenly court? We are just a sect directly under the heavenly court. Hearing this, he exclaimed in surprise. What? Just a sect under the heavenly court? The old man flew up, closed the lid, and said, HMPH, so what if it's under the heavenly court? It doesn't affect being a guide. You don't remember the karma of your previous life, so focus on cultivation and don't think too much. We only take pleasure in forming good relationships, seeing that you have the appearance of a favored child of heaven, so we took action to help. In the future, if you achieve success in the immortal world, you may find clues about yourself, Chu Fan exclaimed. This is called a good relationship? 40 years pass by quickly. Everyone has made progress. Under Han Ju's command, the most talented is Long Hao, followed by Chu Shiren, Mu Rongqi. The year before last, Xun Chang'an entered the Dai Cheng realm. Sheng Hongshuan, Chang Yuer, and Ht Xuan Xianzi occasionally go out to train. Their cultivation is also constantly improving, plus they have the heavenly puppet guards. This world is no different from their backyard. They will never encounter danger. At this time, inside the virtual trial field, Han Ju fought against Yan Jun the Great, Tai Bai, and dragon-subduing Buddha. All three of them are in the Jin Xian realm, a huge difference from Han Ju in terms of realm. Our boy is ready to attack and thinks to himself, I wonder what the chances of winning are against 3 Jin Xian. These 3 bozos thought they could jump him with their best moves, but in a blink, our boy sends them packing. Absolute fodder. Smoothly sheathing his sword, he's all like, "Excuse me," coming through. His cultivation's at the peak of the Shuangxian reincarnation realm now. Finally broke through to the late-stage Shuangxian realm. These trash-tier magic weapons ain't gonna cut it anymore. Normal immortals losing their gear? Useless. They can't even compare to a body-refining beast like Longshan. Your disciple, Su Qi, is spreading bad luck. Immortal Dragon Island's facing a once-in-10,000-year sea disaster. Your friend, Qi Xianshen, has a sudden enlightenment, and his cultivation skyrockets. Your enemy, Tian Nu Shen Fo, got ambushed by your friend, the Great General, taking heavy damage. Your enemy, Jianglong Fo, got jumped by your friend, the Great General, and is critically wounded. Your friend, the Great General, is getting ganked by gods and Buddhas 18 times in a row. Your friend, the Great General, is critically injured, hanging by a thread, barely saved by a big shot. Your friend, Huang Jihao, ascended. Your divine pet, Hundun Tian Gao, left the mortal realm. Your disciple, Tuling Shire, awakened some crazy shaman power. The Heavenly Emperor is straight up wild, going head-to-head with the Buddhist sect. Probably needs to vent some pent-up rage. Seriously, the Buddhist sect is overreaching. The Great General's even more hardcore than I thought. The Heavenly Court's top dog for a reason. Gotta respect the loyalty. That dog took a beating, but he's lucky he's a divine beast. Should be fine. Speaking of which, pretty sure me and Li Jiao aren't even friends yet. If she likes me, scoping her out will be way easier. Wonder what she's up to now. And just like that, he whips out his water mirror to check on Li Jiao's world. Turns out, she's chilling in a hot spring. Han Ju gives her a good look, strokes his chin, and says, not bad, not bad. She might reach Earth Immortal in 50 years. A rare cultivation seed indeed. Just not sure if this world is an immortal or mortal realm. Judging by the prevalent aura in this world, most beings are below the Grand Ascension realm. Some are even still in the Qi refining stage. Must be a mortal realm. Didn't think a mortal realm could be this strong? An ethereal Earth Immortal. Almost forgot the Heavenly Dabio there can allow ethereal Heavenly Immortals to exist. No need to worry about the realm's ranking then. These chumps in the Scarlet Cloud world can train all they want. They'll never reach Earth Immortal. Their ranking definitely won't be too high. Wu Daojian looks at Han Ju with a pout. She sadly asks, Master, why are you staring at her again? If you miss her that much, do you want to bring her back? Han Ju instantly replies, What are you thinking? She's not a mortal. I'm just checking her out to see what she's really capable of. I don't believe you. You just want her body. Han Ju shoves her away, saying, Stop guessing nonsense and focus on cultivating. Then he goes right back to watching her. Good thing the Scarlet Cloud world's ranking didn't increase, still around 1800. But the number of mortal realms suddenly spiked. Are the immortals snatching up mortal realms? Or are they creating new ones? If it's creating worlds, wonder what level of cultivation you'd need for that. Just then, A voice booms, "Hanju, come out here." He's startled and turned around. It's old bro Bai's voice. Usually he just busts into the mountain directly. Why is he calling me from outside today? This ain't right. Is someone impersonating him to assassinate me? System prompt. Can now update Golden Immortal D-Tai Bai. Real D-Tai Bai, no problems. Wait, something's off. Why did Great Emperor Yanjun disappear? Turns out, only old Bai is standing outside waiting for Hanju. Hanju flies out and asks, "Old bro Bai, where's Great Emperor Yanjun?" Old Bai replies, "Just like you think." He starts sweating, thinking, just like I think? It really is the worst-case scenario. It really does involve Marshal Shenpeng. Then he worriedly asks again, "He betrayed the heavenly court?" D-Tai Bai denies it. Nah, someone just didn't use their rice cooker correctly. Exploded on the spot, blew up his workspace. Great Emperor Yanjun got burned by the shrapnel, had to take some time off. Hanju is speechless. Is that even something a normal person can? After a long explanation, Lao Bai concluded with one sentence. Therefore, Emperor Yanjun had to temporarily resign and would not be able to come for a short time. Hanju pondered for a moment, then spoke hesitantly. You mean Emperor Yanjun was injured by a rice cooker? Could it be from using fire and electricity at the same time? Lao Bai replied, "That's right." He further asked, "A dignified golden immortal, proficient in fire techniques, was burned by a piece of the rice cooker and hot rice?" Lao Bai replied without blinking, "That's right, he must have refined pills before, right?" After countless explosions of the pill furnace, he was defeated by a rice cooker. Lao Bai brazenly replied, "That's right." Hanju was completely speechless and said nothing more. Lao Bai still replied, "That's right." Then he said, "I thought he was a spy from Buddhism." Lao Bai sighed and replied, "How could that be?" He continued, "I think that's more reasonable." Lao Bai then said, "He's just suspected and is temporarily suspended to cooperate with the investigation. Only after the investigation will it be determined whether he betrayed the Heavenly Emperor or not." Suddenly, Hanju shouted, "That's not right. If he's a spy, why would he have wholeheartedly protected the lower realm before? He even dared to fight against Jianglong Buddha. Is he putting on a show to deceive us?" Lao Bai replied, "He hasn't reached Buddhism yet. He's just siding with Marshal Shenpeng." Marshal Shenpeng recently became an immortal emperor in the heavenly prison. Taking advantage of the absence of the great god general, he wanted to wreak havoc in the heavenly court, and many immortal gods took action to help him. Hanju was dumbfounded. After hearing this, he thought that after only a few hundred years, someone would wreak havoc in the heavenly court again. Is the heavenly court a training ground for experience? Then he asked, tremblingly, "What about His Majesty the Heavenly Emperor?" He then said, "There's no need to worry about this. His Majesty will definitely take action," suppressing Shenpeng with one hand, imprisoning his body in the heavenly palace, and sending his soul down to the mortal realm. Hanju hurriedly shouted, "But don't let him reincarnate into my scarlet cloud world." Lao Bai replied, "That's a matter of course. Although Shenpeng is only a newly advanced immortal emperor, he is also a great power. His Majesty has his own plans for his reincarnation. He won't come to your place. My coming here today has nothing to do with Shenpeng." Hearing this surprised Hanju. "What?" Lao Bai looked at him seriously and said, "But it's related to Jixian Shen." Hanju broke out in a cold sweat and said, "What happened to him? If he caused trouble, it has nothing to do with me. I definitely didn't order him to." Lao Bai pressed his face close to his and asked, "Did I say I suspected you? Why are you panicking?" Hanju asked worriedly. "Brother Bai, what did he do after all? Can you reveal a little to this little brother?" Since Jixian Shen joined the God Curse army, he often used the excuse of looking for materials to travel alone, and the spiritual objects he brought back all had realms far beyond his own cultivation. Therefore, some immortal gods accused him of being close to Marshal Shenpeng, one of the rebels. The so-called going abroad to find materials is actually to transfer information, and the spiritual objects brought back are just to cover the eyes of the world. In fact, Jishan Shen was attacked by monsters in the market. It has nothing to do with you. He worriedly thought to himself, why did this kid get involved in the internal strife of the heavenly court? He's literally courting death. Then tried to speak up for his subordinate. Brother Bai, Jishan Shen only ascended a few years ago. How could he betray? There must be someone deliberately causing trouble. As for the spiritual objects, even when he was still weak, he liked to challenge me beyond his level. After being taught a lesson, he didn't dare to mention it again, but his desire to become stronger became even more intense. With his aptitude, it's not impossible to kill spiritual objects to advance beyond his level. Lao Bai continued. That's what they say. But Hanju interrupted him, clasped his hands and pleaded. If this matter really has nothing to do with Jishan Shen, I hope Brother Bai will help him for the sake of our friendship. It's rare for Hanju to ask for anyone like this. This time he went all in. Jishan Shen. Suddenly Lao Bai said something that startled Hanju. I'm not kidding with you anymore. His Majesty is wise and divine. How could he easily believe Yanpo's words? His Majesty has long investigated Jishan Shen's matter. It was indeed framed by others. Not only that, because his strength has improved by leaps and bounds, His Majesty, out of respect for you, has appointed him to take over the position of Deputy General of the God Curse Army. But now there's internal strife in the Heavenly Court. His Majesty intends to purge the old party of the previous Heavenly Emperor Hao Tian. Now the gods are choosing sides. You should remind him a few words when you have the chance. Don't let him be used as a pawn to become a cover for the world. At this time, Hanju was extremely confused. He thought to himself, purge the old party of Hao Tian. Wait, didn't Hao Tian reincarnate as Long Hao? The Heavenly Emperor really doesn't know about this. The Heavenly Emperor is so wary, which proves that Hao Tian was even stronger than the Heavenly Emperor when he was alive. Reincarnating for cultivation is just a hidden dragon. If it's revealed, he might offend Hao Tian. Lao Bai then asked, Han Lao Di, your reaction, could it be that you really are? Hanju then replied, that's right. There's a spy like me, quietly cultivating in the mortal world, not caring about the worldly affairs of the heavenly court. Lao Bai laughed and said, ha ha, just kidding. Hanju hurriedly asked back, brother, tell me the truth. Can His Majesty the Heavenly Emperor hold on? The chaotic times are rising recently. Lao Bai then reassured him, don't worry, the heavenly court is still in His Majesty's hands. Hao Tian's old party is ultimately just a minority. Does His Majesty have only a few great god generals under his command? If so, I'm relieved. Brother Bai, HMPH, isn't this meteorite the former position of Emperor Yan Jun? Lao Bai replied, that's right. Blown to pieces by the rice cookers, nothing left. He then asked, after Emperor Yan Jun was hospitalized, were there any new great gods who came? Lao Bai replied, today I came here. Besides talking about Jishan Shen, it's also to entrust you with the matter of guarding this place. What is your strength like? If it's not bad, we'll have to rely on ourselves in the future. After hearing this, Hanju froze. Me? If there's an invasion from the outside, do I have to defend the Scarlet Cloud world myself? Lao Bai slipped his hands into his pockets and said, so, you absolutely have to accept this. Don't feel pressured. This is the Juyao Shun Tian Formation's core, specially set up for the Qiyun realm by the Heavenly Court's military department. His Majesty personally ordered me to deliver it to you. If there's an enemy intrusion, the formation will activate automatically and immediately notify me. I'll come to assist at top speed. The Heavenly Court is quite busy these days. I have matters to attend to. So I'll take my leave. Hanju broke out in a cold sweat, thinking, as long as it's not an immortal emperor, I can basically handle it. Hopefully Buddhism won't come causing trouble for me during this time. Meanwhile, somewhere in the heavenly court, a young man was meditating peacefully, but a voice echoed from his inner demon. You were born with invincibility in your heart. You are the only true immortal above all living beings. Why should you be a lackey for those fake, pretentious immortals. Why can't you become the heavenly emperor? Why can't you become the strongest in the immortal world? Ji Xianshen's eyes snapped open, filled with rage. He unleashed a terrifying burst of power, shattering the voice and roaring, "Get lost, you damn thing! My mind has been unsettled lately." Could it be this inner demon's divine power is treacherous? Or am I not loyal enough? Inner demon? Every time he thought of inner demons, a female version of Hanju appeared in Jie Xianshen's mind. His soul trembled. Why does this face feel so familiar? I can't shake it from my mind. It's like I've met her somewhere before. I only know that I ascended to immortality, but where exactly did I come from? I can't remember anymore. I don't even know how long I've lived. As he pondered, a letter-carrying crane flew down and dropped a scroll on his head. Ugh, is it deduction day again? This, 9 dangers, 7 golds, form is the Heavenly Court's unified social security for all immortals. Consider it a rigid rule of the cultivation world, eternally unchanging. Ugh, over 500,000 deducted again this month. Just based on the level of fighting and killing in the Heavenly Court, I doubt the health insurance will even be enough. Wanting to live to retirement is a distant dream. Why is there another form? Must be a misprint. What period is this record from? Besides the Heavenly Court, is there another entity that used to pay my Social Security? The first character in the name is also Heavenly. Heavenly Immortal Manor? The office is located in the mortal realm? After reading the letter, he vaguely understood and finally knew his origin. Looks like I have to descend to the mortal realm to find myself. Meanwhile, in Hanju's cave in the Qiyun realm, what are these two up to? Turns out they're making puppets. Comprehension Sword wondered to herself, why is Maester making these dolls again? Does he want to give one to that woman underwater? She hastily asked, Master, can I have one of these puppets? He replied, You're with me every day. What do you want a heavenly puppet for? She said, The mistresses all have one. I want one too. He then said, You want everything. Have you finished practicing your swordsmanship? Scram and go practice. And so, she was chased out, grumbling, Master definitely wants to give it to that woman. Men are such big pigs. Hanju looked at the puppet and said, Not bad. Heavy sword, no edge. Great skill, no artifice. From now on, I'll rely on you to guard the void. The Xuan Xian-level heavenly puppet raised its hand in a salute and shouted loudly, This Manhwa is trash. Author should have let Zhao Yan just go fight Hun Tiandi to end this. Back to Zhao Yan cooking up a storm. He stares lovingly at the rice cooker, saying, Just devoured a Daluo-level rice cooker and a Ferrari. So satisfying. Flame Emperor once said, Gotta eat to have the strength to beat up the Soul Clan. Boom. Zhao Yan gets sent flying, suffering injuries. Guess you get what you pay for, huh? With the Flame Emperor in the ER, Hanju doesn't dare focus too much on cultivation. Just in case, he creates a heavenly puppet to replace the Flame Emperor in guarding the Scarlet Cloud world. Just then, some disciples arrive, saying, Master, do you have a moment? He turns back and asks, What's up? Feng Liang's once restored hand is now full of cracks. In the cloud veins, demonic light flickers, surrounded by faint grayish-black smoke. Handsome Xun Chengjian speaks up, Master, Liang wants to ascend, but he's in this state. This disciple isn't sure, and wants to ask what to look out for. Hanju glances over and says, Ascend what? Feng Liang replies, I've pondered for a long time before deciding to venture to the upper realm, thinking his soul is still missing a piece. Even restoring it with immortal power, it's hard to maintain for long. His tribulation isn't over, ascending is. Then he asks him, You've really thought it through? Feng Liang, with a determined look, replies, Grandmaster, this disciple has thought it through. He suddenly takes something out and says, In that case, go ahead. Take this blessing. The lightning tribulation won't make things difficult for you. I've added a bit of the heavenly Daio's authority to it. Feng Liang is incredibly moved that his grandmaster cares so much for him. Ever since the initial contract, Hanju has always given him special attention. He hugs him, bursting into tears. Thank you, Grandmaster. Hanju instructs, Liang, don't be sad. It's not our last meeting. Go back and nourish your vital energy. The ascending lightning tribulation has a tempering effect. The longer you endure, the more benefits you'll gain. Mu Rongqi then says, Liang, what if you get bullied up there all alone? How about I go with you? Sun Chengwan continues, That's right, Liang. Otherwise, let Mu Rong. Suddenly, Hanju stops them, startling both. Hold on, Chihair cannot. Continuing, Chihair cannot leave the mortal realm unless he surpasses me. Hearing this, Mu Rongqi panics. Surpass him? Are you kidding me? Based on me? He blurts out, Grandmaster, why is that? Hanju replies, It's for your own good. All right, if there's nothing else, this teacher will be going into secluded cultivation. Jiyu Rongqi suddenly tenses up, sweating. This is the first time I've seen Grandmaster so resolute. Could that dream be real? Shun Chang'an pulls Mu Rongqi away. Let's go. Your Grandmaster has decided, so there must be a reason, Chihair. Just stay here on the mountain and cultivate with your teacher. Feng Liang then says, That's right, senior brother. I'll be fine up there alone. Mu Rongqi thinks, My master and mistress have karmic connections from a previous life. Do they, or do I not? Could everything be related to a previous life? Surely Grandmaster knows something? Over here, Hanju suddenly senses something, shifting his attention outside the universe. He thinks to himself, Why is that guy here? Isn't he already? Then immediately takes out the heavenly puppet, Mystic Immortal Zhao Yan. Seems like we're about to witness a spectacular battle. Turns out, it's Immortal Qi who has returned to the mortal realm. Phew! Finally found it! He wonders to himself. This place must be my homeland, Scarlet Cloud World? Just then, something flies past him, shocking him. Sweating, he looks puzzled. What is that thing? Divine metal? That startled me. When he sees it's a toy, he breathes a sigh of relief. But Hanju has been standing next to him all along. Immediately, he smacks him with an extremely powerful palm strike, sending him flying backward. He yelled, Who is it? Then he got spooked. His mouth felt like it was ripped apart. This much Xian power? How didn't I notice it before? Hanju was like, Not bad. This guy's got reflexes. Then our boy just slams another mega palm strike on him, sending him flying back at Mach speed. Seizing the chance to flip the script and restore order, he draws his sword, ready to unleash hell. But before he could even unsheath it, Hanju's sword Qi is all up in his grill. Sword shattered, just like that. Just as the sword Qi was about to make him see stars, and he thought he was about to meet his ancestors. BAM! A hand smacks him upside the head, eyes bulging out like a cartoon character. Six Paths Soul Devouring activated. In an instant, something gets yeeted out of him. Turns out, it's a remnant soul. He books it, screaming in anger. Damn it! How was I exposed? Where did I slip up? Jixian Shen rage quits. What? So you're the mastermind behind the inner demons? Hanju whips out the immortal binding rope and yeets it at the remnant soul. Instantly, the dude's tied up like a pretzel. Zero chance of escape. He yells, Kid, I advise you not to meddle in Buddhist affairs. Hanju retorts, Buddhist affairs? You're saying you're with the Buddhists? Aren't they supposed to be the good guys? Why are you hiding in my buddy's body? Jixian Shen blurts out, Wait, we know each other? System prompt. Marshal Shenpeng has developed hatred towards you. Current hatred level, 2 stars. Hanju's thinking, Shenpeng Marshal? Could Jixian Shen really be connected to him? The remnant soul sneers, HMPH. Little brat, I am a wisp of a soul from the Buddhist Wu Fa Bodhisattva. This guy got my legacy and was supposed to get the VIP treatment. Unknown cultivation. Marshal Shenpeng, disciple of Jie Sek Daomen. Identity exposed, body suppressed, main soul forced to reincarnate. But he left a backup plan, using a split soul to cultivate a successor to save himself, and sow discord between the heavenly court and Buddhism. Because you interfered, he hates you. Current hatred level, 2 stars. Hanju sweats bullets reading the info. G sect Daomen disciple? A spy within a spy? Wasn't Daomen supposed to be washed? Suddenly, a powerful force emerges just as the heavenly court is in chaos? Too sus, man! Sounds like a grand conspiracy. The dude's still yelling. I'm telling you, stay out of things that aren't meant for you. Now release me, he thinks. My true identity can't be revealed. If the heavenly emperor finds out I have a backup plan, I'm toast. Hanju instantly lets him go and says, "Oh, my bad. I'm just friends with this guy. Got a little carried away. Didn't realize this was the Bodhisattva's plan. My apologies." Ji Xianshen's like, "You're just letting this slide?" The soul thinks, "Good thing you're quick on the uptake." He immediately bolts, saying, "His lucky break ends today. You're on your own now." System prompt. Marshal Shenpeng's goodwill towards you has increased. Current goodwill level, 1 star. Hanju groans. Talk about fickle. The immortal cups his fist in thanks. Thanks for the help. Without you, I might have been possessed by this Buddhist bodhisattva. Hanju replies, "No biggie, just lending a hand." System prompt. Ji Xianshen's goodwill towards you has increased again. Current goodwill level, 4 stars. His inner demon reappears. Hanju is so pretty that he's head over heels. He thinks, her looks are so similar to that person, and she's so righteous and generous, it makes my heart flutter. Hanju's facepalming so hard right now. History is just repeating itself. Damn. Poor Shi Xianshen's inner demon is literally a gender-bent Hanju. Bro's straight up drooling, thinking they're twins or something? Like, for real? Hanju is just speechless, not knowing how to react to Shi Xianshen eyeing him like that. WTF, the old geezer says with a smile. Fellow Taoist, what did you mean by old acquaintance? Have we met before in the mortal realm? Bro's thinking, what if he's my future bro-in-law? Hanju internally groans. This old man's gaze is getting weirder by the second. Whatever, it's the heavenly emperor's will. Gotta play dumb for now before I have enough power. Then, he finally replies, we've only met a couple of times. Now that you're a celestial being in the heavenly court, forgetting mortal matters is normal. It's fine. Old Chi follows up, I think we did meet once. Ever since I ascended, my memory has been failing. Please forgive me, Taoist, he replies. It's nothing. Old Chi's inner thoughts. Wait, he's not really my future bro-in-law? Hanju speaks up. But can you explain why that bodhisattva is paying attention to you? As far as I know, the heavenly court and the Buddhist sect don't get along. Old Chi hesitates. I don't know what the Buddhist sect's intentions are either. Fellow Taoists, why do you think they're targeting me? Hanju scans Shi Xianshen up and down, then says, could it be because you're too weak? If it were me, they wouldn't even try. Old Chi is fuming mad. Suddenly, Hanju sets up a barrier and says, well, things have come to this point. Why did you descend to the mortal realm this time? Is it because of that matter? Old Chi replies, I thought I was struggling with inner demons, so I came down to the mortal realm to find my true self. Seems like you've already resolved it for me. He asks again. Oh, is there anything else besides that? Old Chi replies, no, nothing else. This space magic. Does this mean you've unlocked heavenly Tao authority? Do you even manage this mortal realm? He replies, you could say that. Shi Xianshen asks again. No wonder there are immortals in the mortal realm. I see. Fellow Taoists, what realm have you reached now? Hanju replies. According to the upper realm standards, I'm probably about the same as a heavenly general. Hearing this, Old Chi is overjoyed. A heavenly general? I'm a heavenly general now too, so does that mean then? He foolishly says. How about you and I spar? I have a secret immortal technique from the immortal realm that I can teach you. Hanju is really tired of this guy. Old habits die hard. Old Chi curiously asks, hey, what's wrong? Hanju replies, if we compete in power, you'll die. He asks again, really? He replies, "Yeah, please respect life a little." Old Chi immediately says, "Cough, cough, never mind. I suddenly remembered I have some business in the upper realm. Let's meet next time and spar." Hanju pretends to say, "You're already here. Aren't you going to visit your old home?" He replies, "Next time. I really have things to do next time." Fellow Taoists, although our strengths are similar, I'm in the upper realm after all. My immortal power is abundant, and my resources are plentiful. You in the mortal world have to work hard to cultivate. If you have a chance to come to the upper realm, I'll cook you soup. You must have never tasted my famous soup before. The taste is amazing. You definitely have to come and try it, Hanju thinks to himself. Of course, that's the heavenly celebration water offering soup. Then, Old Chi bids farewell, but suddenly, Hanju says, "Fellow Taoist, please stop. Recently, the forces in the heavenly court have been forming cliques. Please be careful." Old Chi immediately says, I know. My information in the upper realm is definitely better than yours. You take care too. Alright, I still don't know your name. Could you tell me?" He replies casually, "My name is Handsome Baogeyo. My name is Cao Cao." And just like that, the spatial crack slowly closed, forcing our lovebirds into another temporary separation. Hanju then pulled out his Tiandao token to send a message. As he typed, he thought, "This is big. Needs to be reported." Sending to Di Taibai, impersonating Wu Fa, the Bodhisattva. But before he could send, he had a sudden change of heart. Nah, exposing them too early will spook the snake. Shen Peng probably knows I'm sus AF, gotta keep this card up my sleeve. To Shen Peng Yuan Shui, impersonating Wu Fa Bodhisattva. Hope you're clear. If so, ignore this. But do not reveal me as the source. How legit is this? Please investigate yourself, Brother Bai. Message scheduled to send in 4 years. That's the play. Suddenly, Hanju sensed something else entirely. Originating from Fang Liang's tribulation ascension spot, he murmured, "It has begun?" At Fang Liang's location, he mobilized all the spiritual power in his body, summoning the heavenly light. The first purple bolt, as thick as a water barrel, finally tore through the clouds, bringing world-ending energy crashing down on Fang Liang. He recalled his master's words, "Ascension tribulation is great for tempering. The longer you endure, the more you benefit." Master never misses. According to the ascension guides left by Sushiba and Senior G, the more lightning you endure, the stronger you are after ascension. Fang Liang gritted his teeth, didn't back down, and used his reconstructed, cracked arm to meet the lightning head-on. If I can conquer the legendary 9-9 heavenly tribulation, I'll have a foothold in the immortal realm. With Master's protection, even failure won't mean my body and cultivation are destroyed. Only with success will I have the chance to find those immortal gods and avenge Xiangxiang. The heavenly lightning grew stronger, wiping out all life in the surrounding area. The gray light and spiritual power around Fang Liang collided, creating earth-shattering explosions. The violent energy spread in all directions, lifting all the surrounding sand, rocks, and small hills, and teleporting the scene to the demon race. Xiangxiang's voice echoed, "This old geezer's demon core won't let me absorb it." The demons below roared in anger. "You scumbag! You attacked His Majesty while he was sick and stole the demon core. That's your father. Are you really a saintess? Young Master Yan, say something. All 8 honored ones have been absorbed by her." Immediately, Xiangxiang stomped one of their heads into the ground. She angrily retorted, "Yeah, so what? He's just a cowardly father, afraid of making enemies with the human race, content with so-called peace and coexistence. That goes against our clan's principles, and he's stalling on ascension, just waiting to die and give up his throne. If I become empress, I will definitely make the demon race prosper again." At this moment, she was at the 2nd level of the Great Ascension realm. If she absorbed the demon core, my strength will skyrocket to the 9th level of the Great Ascension realm easily. Then I'll lead the demon race to unify the world. Looks like I need to find some time to go down to the dungeon and discuss the so-called deep father-daughter love with him. The demon generals below were furious and shouted, "How dare you!" Suddenly, the real Xiangxiang regained consciousness for a moment. She thought in horror, "He's in danger." The real Xiangxiang struggled to regain control of her body, causing her to convulse. The dark soldiers were terrified by the scene. "Your Majesty, are you all right? What? What is happening?" The fake Xiangxiang thought in alarm. "No, I can't control the body. The real Xiangxiang controlled her body and flew towards Fang Liang, causing panic among the soldiers. Wait, Your Majesty? Where are you going? The fake Xiangxiang screamed furiously. Damn it, how could this be? Why is she still here? With her great love, she successfully regained control and flew to find her beloved. At this moment, within the heavenly tribulation space, Fang Liang was enduring the 9-9 lightning tribulation, cleansing his marrow and breaking his bones. Even the arm Hanju reconstructed for him was on the verge of collapsing under the heavenly tribulation's power. Our boy gritted his teeth, enduring the terrifying pain, determined to successfully transcend the tribulation. The sky gradually split into two, one side yin, one side yang. This was the 8th level of the 9-9 lightning tribulation. Yin and yang intertwined, harmonizing the great Tao. At the same time, his arm couldn't withstand it any longer. Instantly, it shattered, bones flying everywhere like shrapnel. He thought to himself, so, I'm still missing an arm. Yin and yang circulation is difficult to perfect. Am I already using my Grandmaster's talisman at the 8th lightning tribulation? His eyes gradually blurred. The space swayed. In the end, he couldn't hold on any longer and closed his eyes. In the final moment, a familiar figure appeared before him. That loving voice rang out again, calling his name. Liang. Xiangxiang had appeared, but the demon within her was still struggling, fighting for control. Damn it, why must I save him? You love-struck brain, why haven't you died yet? She embraced him and cried out repeatedly. Liang, wake up! The demon roared and cursed. Die! Die! He stared at her in shock and blurted out, Xiangxiang, weren't you supposed to be in the heavens? Clouds began to gather. Thunder rumbled, preparing for the 9th wave of the heavenly tribulation. He thought again that he was hallucinating. Could it be that I'm about to die? And I see her coming to greet me. Xiangxiang, I'm sorry, I can't avenge you anymore. Xiangxiang struggled to say to him, Liang, don't talk nonsense, you won't die. Look, this is the origin source you were missing. You're already at the Great Ascension realm. The demon roared. Shut up! This is clearly my power. You bitch! Daring to interfere with the Ascension tribulation, are you trying to kill us all? The 9-9 Ascension lightning tribulation of the Great Ascension realm, how could a mere rogue cultivator like him withstand it? I order you to leave this place at once. I don't want to be buried with you. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Damn it, why can't I control the body? Go! There's still a chance before the lightning tribulation descends. Say something. No. You. You're planning to help this little brat block the lightning tribulation? She didn't pay attention to those words. She just smiled gently at him. Big bro, Liang shouldn't have had to endure this tribulation. Father and the uncles shouldn't have suffered this disaster. If I had known this would happen, I shouldn't have left so impulsively in the first place. Well, it's time to end everything. The demon shrieked. What do you mean? Xiangxiang then said to the demon, I should thank you. If not for you seizing a portion of Liang's origin source, I would have dissipated long ago. The demon cried out, I've always wondered why I couldn't assimilate the origin source with the demon core. So it was you, bitch, secretly lurking in the origin source all along. Aha, I should have realized it sooner. I can rely on the origin source to exist. You came into contact with Fang Liang's origin source even earlier than me. You must also be able to recall those past memories. Xiangxiang continued. Liang's origin source doesn't belong to you. Return it to him. The demon roared again. Return it! This sovereign has painstakingly cultivated to the Great Ascension realm. Why should I give it to him? Who does he think he is? Xiangxiang then said. If that's the case, then please come with me. The demon appeared calm. What? You want to perish together with this sovereign? Ha ha. Then you can try. This sovereign has plenty of time to waste on you. I'm afraid your little lover boy won't make it in time. Xiangxiang slowly said. In terms of soul strength, I'm indeed not as good as you, who has always controlled this body. But don't forget, the foundation of this body is Big Bro Liang's broken arm's origin source. Taking this opportunity to use this origin source to save its master and suppress you for a moment, I can still do something. With that, Xiangxiang immediately used Fang Liang's origin source to suppress the demon. As she cast her magic, she said, "Father, please forgive me. Your daughter cannot fulfill her filial duty. Eighth Venerable, and all the hall masters, your daughter begs for forgiveness." The demon was now terrified and horrified. "What are you doing? Heavenly lightning! You dare to summon heavenly lightning!" Liang couldn't restrain himself when he saw this scene, and shouted helplessly, "No!" Xiangxiang replied, "If not, then what? With just my remnant soul, I truly cannot eliminate you. But what if I add the yin-yang heavenly tribulation?" The demon tried to shout loudly. "Stop it," she said with satisfaction. "You call yourself a Dai Cheng realm expert? How much of that power is actually your own? You know the truth. I'd rather use it to power up A Liang than let you use it for evil, you absolute clown." Meanwhile, A Liang is chasing after her. Xiangxiang, without looking at him, softly says, "A Liang, don't risk your life for me again." Flashbacks incoming. When we reach the crossing tribulation realm, let's ascend together, okay? Okay. She sheds a tear, thinking, "I'm afraid I have to break that promise." She closes her eyes, thinking, "You must succeed in the final tribulation, my love." Da Cheng realm destruction, blocking the heavenly tribulation. She's using everything she has to block this for him. What a goat! And just like that, the Yang heavenly tribulation passes. A Liang can only scream in despair. No! He collapses, furious at himself for failing to protect his best girl. Silence. Everything fades into nothingness. What's the point of getting stronger if you can't protect your waifu, bro? In his despair, suddenly, little sparks of light appear. This aura? It's so familiar. Is this my origin source? He's shocked, catching a spark of light in his hand. But suddenly, that demon reappears. "No! I refuse to accept this. Give me back the origin source." Xiangxiang instantly decapitates it. "Your existence was a mistake from the start. Mistakes must be corrected." Fang Liang looks at her, speechless, tears streaming down his face. "You didn't have to do that, just for a bit of origin source." "It's not worth it. He's broken," she says. "A Liang, I was supposed to disappear long ago. It's thanks to the origin source that I could see you one last time." He cries, "No, no! Keep the origin source. It can save you." "Shizu will definitely find a way. I'm already running on fumes. The origin source is useless to me. Besides, you have one last tribulation. This is all I can do for you." A Liang Gerge, as she speaks, she pushes him down. "Xiangxiang!" She smiles at him, saying, "Look, Wei Yuan isn't lacking anything." How adorable is a Liang right now. His true self has returned. A Liang Gage, you must succeed. 2 earth-shattering sounds of Xiangxiang reverberate, shaking heaven and earth. He reaches out his hand to pull her back, but it's no use. The day his hand returns is also the day Xiangxiang departs forever, turning into dust and fading into the void. The 99th level of crossing tribulation, ascending to seek the Tao. He slowly gets up, ready for this final battle, determined not to let Xiangxiang's sacrifice be in vain. He cries and says, "I'll settle things with you. My Tao needs no questions." How will Fang Liang face the final heavenly tribulation of Tao seeking in this final clash? Tune in next week, brothers.